When you play Football Manager, there always comes a time when you want to wear the hat of a former great. And on today's show, somebody wants to wear the hat of the Eagle of the Azores. My name is Daljit. Welcome to the show. This is the show I like to call Gamechanger. It's a chance for me to jump into your safe and, offer some advice. I don't like to critique things. I don't rate your tactics from 1 to 10. That's not what I do. If you enjoyed today's show, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, or just, keep an eye out on any videos that I'm doing. Watching the videos does help the channel out in one way or the other. I also stream 3 times a week, sometimes 4 on Twitch. And we don't always play Football Manager games. Most of the time, I do play Football Manager, generally. Definitely on the weekends when I do Gamechanger on Twitch, when the subscribers send in one of their saves. Yes, and we do something like this, a stripped down version of the show, because this has a sister show called In the Hot Seat that some people get a chance to watch, especially those guys who send in the saves. Now, I will take a look at your save and I will, try and come up with something about the save, right? So do something different. It can be a simple thing like, sometimes I get saves that are incredible. I don't even know what to do with them because you guys are so damn good at them. And then other times, well, I can see something really clearly that's a bit off, and I feel I need to jump in and offer my suggestion and maybe make it easier for you to play. And so far, from feedback I've been getting from most of you guys, every one of you seems to enjoy this, and every one of you has benefited from it. So I'm very, very happy with the feedback, and I'm glad that this show is helping so many of you out. So here we go. Today's show is going to be all about a little team called Genoa. Yes, we've got Genoa here, and we've got a manager. Now, the Eagle of the Azores, the reference I made at the start of the show, it refers to Pauletta. Pauletta, one of the great PSG strikers, scored so many goals in his career. I think it was 3 times the PSG's leading goal scorer. And for this save, I think Peter, who submitted this save, he was kind enough actually to do something quite fantastic, right? No, very few people do this for me, but he's given me a nice little background to work from. So here we are. Thank you for sending this in. He started this save with Genoa, slipping into the role of the former PSG striker Pauletta. I do this giving my manager and my save a little bit of backstory, which makes it more interesting. That's the reason why I have a lot of Portuguese players in my squad. When I started, I underestimated the challenge by far, especially for 2 reasons. Usually I'm a 4-1-2-2-1 kind of guy. This time I wanted to try something different, but when I'm honest, I failed to adapt to new tactics over the past 2 seasons since there's been no development on the pitch. I reckon you mean by in 2 ways, right? Training as well as the tactic itself, seeing the tactic, flesh itself out and getting better over time. He's had to deal with a big squad, loans and obligations to buy 3 players. I know the feeling. I had that happen to me on Vélez with Twitch, on the Twitch series. I mean, I had that on my Vélez save that I covered on Twitch. Okay, so you got an Abidal kind of situation here in your club, which you have to deal with transfers that were done by your predecessor. It's always a fun kind of save, right? It's a challenging kind of save. Vittorio Paragini, Christian Kwame, and Kevin Agudelo. Interesting. Nonetheless, my targets have been very clear. Develop a unique playing idea that gives the team from the port city an identity. Furthermore, making money from smart transfer. Very nice player development. Your long-term plans are to get a new stadium. So, okay, what we'll do is we'll look at your plans as well in the save. Gives me a very good thing to work from, right? I truly appreciate the fact that you took the effort to do this, and I almost feel obligated to share this with the rest of the world because this is absolutely fantastic. You've got a target to win the Scudetto in 2023. We're in 2021. 100 years after Genoa's last Scudetto. We're gonna do everything in our power to get you there as quickly as possible. Who knows? You could be, you could be there by 20. I won't be surprised. It's definitely doable. Now after the first two games, 2021, 22, I'm still struggling, don't know where to go. Mainly I use a 4-2-3 with a double pivot, very strong system from everything that I know about this game. The 4-2-3-1 is variants are probably the best at scoring goals. The question is, how do you lock them down defensively? You get that right, man, you're gonna win hands down. Because I had a very good run Perugia using, so you're familiar with the vertical tiki-takas, that's good. The 4-3-1-2, yeah, in a sense, the 4-3-1-2 plays well as a vertical tiki-taka. The only challenge then is because your emphasis is so much on the flanks. Because you're making it into a vertical tiki-taka, which means you're going to use first up, you're going to be a bit narrow, right? And then the second thing is you're going to be using the passes to go inside and then go outside again. And you're depending so much on the wing backs and the overlapping runs. If that fails, you're in trouble. So that is the risk with the 4-3-1-2. It can be very good, but somehow or another, I've always found that in Football Manager, playing the 4-3-1-2 is like an end game thing for me. It's when my team becomes really strong and I can afford the luxury. So if you're trying to punch above your weight, probably you want to settle with something else. And yeah, I think this is a good starting point. I definitely agree. So let's swap over to your game. And from what I can see, let's begin. Let's do this systematically, right? All right. So let's look at your finances. Fantastic finances. Look at this. Long term, your projections should be quite healthy. Yeah, your projections are healthy. Your income, you're doing very well. So this is largely from the transfer market, right? It's obvious. This is definitely from the transfer market. So you've done very well. This is the most important thing to manage, right? I know there's one way of gaming this, right? What you do is every time you get a bigger transfer budget, you roll it into your wage budget, you make a wage budget bigger, but then over time you end up with a problem. Your players become really expensive. Then once they become expensive, I'm not sure if it's embedded in the game, but they get less hungry, and then it's just not enough. So you want to have that nice balance between development and growth. And if you want to head in the direction of building a new stadium, you want to get to the stadium, right? So that means that you have to be generating revenue. The safest thing is, I found that you're looking at 40 to 50 million clean profit every 2 seasons. You start the game, this is your first season, right? So you can afford, in the first season, you wanna keep a tight rein of your budget. You don't want to sign too many players. You wanna work with what you have and do the best that you can with what you have. That's usually the best approach I find. Then the second thing that you end up doing is the following season, when you're in a better position, you know where your strengths and weaknesses lie, you go out there looking for players. So either to strengthen your first team, and if you don't need to strengthen your first team, then it's about making money from them. Why once every 4 years? Because when you bring in a player, it'll take him about 2 to 3 seasons before he gets good enough to come into the first team. By then, a player in your first team who's attracted the interest of clubs is possibly good enough for you to sell by then. And you sell these players with a percentage of next sale clause, not just a percentage of profit, right? You want to turn them into money spinners. So the 3 parts of the clause, you only need 3 items in the clause, right? So you want the initial transfer fee, you want the installments, which can be fine. It's transfers and installments, right? The third part of it is going to be your profit, right? A percentage of next sale clause. These are 3 things that you want in your contract. Once you put these 3 things in your contract, you're fine. In order for the value of the transfers to escalate, 2 things need to happen. Your reputation as a club has to go up, right? They talk about reputation manager. Forget that, right? Your reputation manager is going to go up with the club, right? So forget that. It's the club that you want to go up, because incoming players are looking at your club and your facilities. So your reputation of a club, your facilities add to the quality of your players that are coming through the tiers. But your reputation as a club is the one that's going to attract the players. You are in Serie A, definitely you're going to find players there. But at the moment, if you look at the reputation level, most of them are heading to AC Milan, they're heading to Juventus, they're heading to Inter. They're not looking at Genoa seriously. So you're going to have to build success before that can happen. So these are the things that you want to do. Let's see how you've done in the transfer market itself. In 21 million, okay, this is fine. This is good. This is the latest season. The season before that, 50, 48, okay. You're still trying to build up this trade. So you're in the process of building your team. But by now, you should have a clear idea of where you want to go. Who are your main players and who are your the players that you're going to let go. What I like about what you're doing is you're using the same system I encourage most people to do, which is create notes. Let's see what you've got. I like you deep. Very, very much, man. I like you very much. You've got development players. So you know when you sign this player, you put a note on his you've created a note for him, which honestly I myself there we go. Development player. This is very, very nice. So you want to look at him and you want to develop him. So you brought him into the club. Let's see what you've done in terms of development. Central midfielder, support, defensive positioning. Okay. It's okay when they're young, but this is so broad-based, right? This is a challenge when you don't know the tactic that you're using. You can't really create that production line in the club. So it's a great way of playing this game, and I find that this is kind of fantastic, is you have your tactic and then you set the youth team to a production line. So if this guy, how would I play him? I would think of a role that I need in my team, and the easiest way is to train him in the role. And then do additional training for areas that you need him to improve in. Just looking at these attributes alone, and I'm going off the ball. I'm just going off the ball. Hey, I always love my defensive midfielders to move around. And he's, the game reckons he's got the attributes for a deep line playmaker, defensive midfielder, segundo volante, and halfback. All great roles, right? But what's holding him back is going to be off the ball, because he gets forward whenever possible. The question is whether he gets forward into the right places, because off the ball influences this movement of a player. Because off the ball reflects the ability of a player to move when not in possession of the ball, making it easier for other players to find him. So if it's kind of, I hate to use the word, right? It's really difficult to say this, but it's anal if a playmaker has got low off the ball and nobody can find him so they can make the damn dangerous pass. All right. So frankly speaking, he needs off the ball. So please, you want support players, attacking players, generally off the two most important attributes in this whole game. Let's just cut to the chase. Right? Simple attributes: off the ball and positioning. Okay, start with these two as the kings. Right. Okay, these are the kings. Okay, the mother of all attributes is determination. She sits above everybody else because that influences in-game action, training, the like. Okay, but off the ball and positioning are your support and attack duty metrics. Right, these are the ones that influence your support and how a player plays in the support role and how he plays in the attack role. All right, so here we go. So definitely training and development is gonna. So you've gone for defensive positioning. He's going to improve. But how I would train this guy would be a bit more... I mean, there's nothing wrong with central midfield support. It's a generic one, right? But I would train him in the role that I want to use him for, right? Now, looking at your tactics, I'm going to say one thing straight out, right? This is one of those really straightforward shows that when I see. Okay. Underdog, don't use this tactic. You have to defend really well. This wingback is going to be... I mean, I'm looking at the tactic and I'm making a decision straight away. Mazzala, roaming, wingback attacking. This flank needs to defend. DLP will hardly be doing any DLPing. He'll be doing more ball winning on this flank of the pitch. Ball playing defender is going to be a bit confused every time he brings up the ball because he's bringing out the ball. But what could happen is he could lose the ball. You have an overlap on the left, makes this role very attacking, kind of influences this role, but this role is going to be so attacking. Nah. It's very, very risky. It's extremely risky. Plus, if I was playing this, I'll go like, okay, dear Lord, I can't do this. I'll just go wing back and defend. Cross. Why are you crossing aim to the target man? He's not the same flank. It's more like a pass, right? Cross aim, target man makes more sense from this flank, right? From this flank, what you can do is not do this. You can play him as a fullback on support, right? Or fullback on support. And then you give him something called take more risks, direct passing. Now you've got yourself an intercontinental ballistic missile from the back. Boom! You use this kind of ball, right? He's going to do this, right? If he sees a chance to play down the line, he's going to go this way. Problem is, you got a Mazzala here is going to influence him. He's going to be looking at the Mazzala, go, maybe the Mazzala should take those kind of passes because, there's a role in front of me, there's a bit more, got more up here. So you might want to change this role. But I still think this is a bridge too far at the moment for your team, right? I'm looking at the whole system as being one where let's look at the attributes. Let's not be too thing. Plus, I remember you talking about Pauletta, right? You want Azores. You want the Eagle of Azores. You want that goal striker. You want to produce a league top scorer. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So here in this, you need to be a really good team before you get here. Sachi style, it could work. It could work. Roaming playmaker, Carrello, wide midfielder, wingback on attack. This is not a bad tactic actually. Problem is a lot of your attacks are depending on this guy overlapping, right? Okay. You might be better off maybe overlapping from here, inverted wing on attack. So what will happen is this guy overlaps, this guy is driving to the box. You've got 3 strikers in the box then. He'll arrive late and become a 3rd striker. Again though, you set it to regroup. Might be okay in most cases. I'm more in favor of this. Now this system is a pain in the ass for most teams, right? To play against. Why? Because you've got a back. You got a 6 at the back, right? And you're going to be attacking teams quite aggressively. And this could potentially be something that we could use, right? And it gives you a nice spread of roles that you can develop your players into. So now that we know, we're going to aim for this, right? Let's go back to your squad. Where was that player again? We're gonna go all that just to find out what this guy can do. Diego Gremio. Man, a lot of work just for one player. Alright, but that's how you do development saves. Alright, so now we know that we want to create a system which is using a halfback or a volante, right? So we got 2 roles. The good thing about a volante is the attributes aren't too far away for deep line playmaker or central midfielders. So pretty easy. So we go immediately to the volante and say, can you be my volante? Okay, there we go. Boom. He's got off the ball, positioning, marking, passing. He'll work on positioning. He'll work on work rate, teamwork, and vision. Now, to get this attribute up, maybe playmaker, but he's already got decent vision. We can work on composure, decisions. These are all both pretty good for him. Passing will do his vision, passing, and technique. So when it comes to his development, you will be aiming for attacking movement, final third, and passing. These attributes will make his development very nice and balanced in the mental attributes. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on attacking movement, because attacking movement gives us the off the ball, the stronger mental attributes, right? These attributes are going to improve really quickly, right? Because he's a kid. Now with this, Diego Rosa also, if I were you, he's not playing the youth team. Let's see where he is. He's playing the senior team. That's very good. All right. Now development, his training is done. Let's look at his progress, attributes. He's just joined the club. What am I doing? Let's go to training, and let's go to mentoring. Let's find Diego Rosa. Is he in here somewhere? And there we go. Balance, perfectionist, and balance. This is not too bad. A perfectionist and average, he can still help this team, help this group out. But what if we are sincerely focused on just improving? Because the 2 anchors in midfield can be very... Okay, the area I will focus on the most with most tactics is your anchors in midfield and your fullback. So those are the groups. This group won't work because you need at least 3 players here. I think you know that already. It's kind of obvious. What we'll do is we go to hierarchy next, right? So we go to team report. We go to trade. What am I doing? Seriously, today's not a good day. Hierarchy. And we find the players. We got this guy who's driven. What position does he play? He's the defender. Very nice. We got a fullback. Runs with ball down the left, which means he's just going to dribble down the flanks, which is kind of nice. It's a nice, not a bad one. That's a good attribute for the defending unit, right? So we are looking to develop players in the... So the volante is going to be, you have to decide whether he's going to be the defending unit or the attacking unit, right? So we're going to have to move our volante into our friend Diego Rosa. Hopefully he's here. We don't want him in this unit, right? So I'm going to move him into this unit. He's being moved into the attacking unit. So I want him to join the attacking unit. So because right now we are working on those attributes that come with the attacking unit, right? So he's going to be working with the attacking unit. So every time the attacking unit is training, he's joining them. All right, so here we go. The other thing, we've moved him there. So now we go to training. We go back to mentoring. Now he's not going to... This is the wrong group, right? Now he's in the right group. He's in the right group now. So I don't have to move him now. He's in the right group. I was like, whoa. Now he's in attacking. He's in the right group. So we actually accidentally got him to the right group. You want them to be in the right group. So Pinamonte balance. We got Sportiello, the other is Berisha, and we got another Scufford. He's a goalkeeper. All right, Scufford is a goalkeeper. He can help. He can help influence the rest of the players. Now here we got Wade Berisha, who's 28 years old. If you want this player, what we want to do is we want to. I know this is only 10, right? But it's a good idea to help influence him to become a team leader, right? How do you do that? Captaincy. We changed the captaincy of the team. This sounds terrible. Where is Berisha? Yeah, Flavio Junior Bianchi. Are you any good as a captain? Where the hell is Bianchi? Where's his personality? I can't find him anywhere. There we go. Oh no, he's loyal only. No. We don't want loyal. Sorry, man. You were good while you lasted. We're gonna have Berisha as the vice captain. All right. So Berisha now is the vice captain of the team. So he's going to influence he's also going to influence you. I wouldn't appoint any of these as vice captains yet, right? I'm going to have players that have got good personalities as captains. They will what we can also do is Berisha. Where's Berisha? Berisha. We're going to find Berisha all over again. So we can go to training and mentoring. I think it's here. All right, and then we can send him on a leadership course. Yep, done. I'm hitting everything in the house now. Okay, I'm so excited. We gotta send him for a leadership training course. It's Kosovan. Want to be a vice captain. Done. Everything is sweet and done. And we are probably going to use him in our tactic as well because he plays 1-2, likes to beat man repeatedly. It looks like a very nice player to have. And being a vice captain, now we want him to play a lot of games. Here, we've got one model citizen here, Andrea Cambiaso, who's a wingback midfielder, right? He's good. Now we have to decide how are you going to play this guy. He's definitely going to be the attacking unit, right? So training. Now we got to go to his unit. We got to look at the unit again, right? For him, training. We're going to look for Cambiaso now. Where is Cambiaso? Don't tell me he's here. No, he's in the attacking unit. There we go. All right. So Cambiaso can be moved into. Cambiaso is here. We're going to nuke this group. These are all DM. He's a youngster, right? 21 years old. And he is a breakthrough prospect, model citizen. Yeah, actually this is not too bad, right? So we can leave this alone. This is not too bad. This is an attacking unit. Right. So you just no. This is a mixture of attacking and defending units. So this is not really gonna be a good idea. So he is good to work with other players who have a low personality and who are in the attacking unit. So let's go for this player. This player, Bruno Tavares. Okay, we add these two players. So now we've got him having a influence. He's going to influence two younger players, right? Model citizen balance like that. This is not too bad. All right. All we need is one more player, and I'm sure you can find one for yourself. But I hope this helps you out, right? So this is a better way of doing mentoring. All right. So we've done the mentoring. Okay, we've taken care of mentoring. Now we're going to look at training, the schedule, because what we want to do is we also want to get our fullbacks to turn into playmakers. Yes, we want our fullbacks to turn into playmakers. All right, we can use this schedule for playmaking fullbacks. It's a very simple schedule. I have already included match preparation, so you don't have to do this every week. It's just embedded into the system already. What's more important is all these things. Play from the black, play from the back. Actually, you can remove tactical because this is gonna be for everybody. But you can, the ones that help with their developments, play from the back, attacking overlap. If you feel that this is too much match preparation, because you could be top of the table, by then you don't need so much, or your team is just you don't need defensive shape and attacking movement. Maybe you feel you want to take chances for the next game. Then if you're gonna add on any more, right? You add on play from the back or attacking overlap only. So you pick one. So if you drop this, you just add another play from the back or another attacking overlap, because this is going to be working on the defensive unit. So all your fullbacks are going to be working on this. right? And this is a very fullback heavy schedule, except for this works on everybody. So, and this works on everybody. So this works on the general team, and this is for fullbacks. All right, so we've done that. You can add that into your schedule. So tactical familiarity, this is fine. I would definitely be looking at your under 20s and their development, right? So your squad, your under 20s, you're going to be developing in the direction of getting into the first team. You got Hugo Corto, who's 18 years old. Transfer status, available for loan. Okay, playing, that's fine. In fact, you're desperate to get him to be developed, right? So I would just do this. He's already 18, so I usually only ask for money if they are good enough for the first team. He's more like a League Two player at the moment, so you want him to develop as quickly as you can. So he's gonna hopefully get a chance by playing teams. In meantime, if he's not getting those opportunities, you should work on his attributes like this: agility and balance. Really fast player, gets into the box. You want him to not fall over his 2 feet, right? In case he gets into the box. So agility and balance help. Sorry. So you want to do this. So at least get into about 10, and then you can go to the other attributes. This guy can be on double intensity, or double intensity wouldn't be too bad. Having his at advanced forward is fine. It just focuses his development in this area. But that would be the one player I focus on. The Federico Paoloni, defender center, 15 jumping reaches. You don't want to throw these players away. You want to be very focused on the development. So for this player, what I would do straight away is, because he's young, right? I'll still work on this. Set his individuals to strength and jumping reach. Now he'll improve his jumping reach and his strength. So as a defender, and you know, kind of like, there's nothing wrong with setting them to power playing defender when they're young. Right, so and choose with these players, you want to take control of their training, their individual training. And I would just focus on those players that are your youth development players, or players that you think have a chance, right? You're looking forward to a day when they play in the first team. Like these players, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all players that have incredible potential. Okay, so we've done the training. We've done the, we're not gonna, scouting is basically quite straightforward, right? So you just have your scout set up. You have them ongoing. Let's look at your setup here. I won't touch it. Ooh, you're quite aggressive. Determination can be tutored, mentored. It can go up for young players. Don't limit yourself, right? I think you should reduce this to about 12, because determination can go up and down when they're young, right? You can't find more professional players with low determination like 12 and 13, right? And then you see that within 2 seasons they jump by 6 points. So you don't want to be so, aggressive with it. Okay, so we set that up. Looks fine. Yeah, you don't have a lot of scouts, so you're sending them away. Okay, fine. But decide on your tactic first, right? So okay, now we've come in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. I'm not going to use this tactic. I'm going to make a slightly different one because there are certain issues with this tactic. First up, you got Volante who has no support, a wingback on defense. He's not going to support him. So the Volante is traveling alone, which is a big problem for this tactic. So we're going to have to fix this. Second thing is, you got a halfback with a wingback attack. Nice. He's going to bomb down the flanks with this guy coming in. So it's generally what all we're getting is an overlap. Inside forward is an attacking duty. He's going to drive into the box. Fine. So the wingback attack is probably going to look for this player, but that's the only out for this tactic. The DLF on attack is not a bad role, but it's going to drop. You got 2 roles here that are dropping. What we want to do is we want to create movement, because all we have is these 4 players attacking. So we want a bit more movement in the final third. We've got low crosses. You're encouraging cutbacks, which means you want to camp. Okay. Be more expressive, fairly narrow, using vertical passing to go up. Then this bring back defense becomes a major issue, because he goes this way, and then he's not going to run forward, and this guy's going to go, okay, now I got to come up with a killer pass. All right, so what have you got to work with? We got a match. Ooh, you give me some nice matches to play with. I got Juve, Inter, and Napoli. That's a heck of a challenge. How do I do with this challenge? we've settled on a tactic. We're going to go positive. That's the way we're going to be playing. We're going to distribute to flanks. Maybe leave the distribution to the flanks. I rather have like take short kicks or throw it long from the keeper. High defensive line. We're going to be playing in a higher line of engagement. Seems to help this team out a bit more. Run and defense. Definitely a bit more direct with our passing as well. On a slightly higher tempo, or we can drop the tempo a bit more. This is not too bad, right? This right defense is definitely going to help us because our tiers are quite far apart. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. We have been able to hold our own for our first few matches. So we drew, and then we finally beat Napoli away from home. Maybe one could say it's lucky because we made the tweaks and we managed to walk away with a 2-1 win. But still, a change is a change, and I'm happy with the changes. Just a slight change. There's a part of me that wants to go all harakiri on the opposition by having a lot of attack duties, like 2 more attack duties. But I don't think we need to so soon because I'm still getting used to your team. It's your backline doesn't give me a lot of confidence at the moment. They're not very fast. If I wanted to play a very aggressive match, it's challenging because I don't know if your team can handle the transitions. So we got Olsen over the top. Excuse the phone call. Oh, that's what I mean. They're off to a flyer. Okay, look, we're gonna go attacking. We're gonna play work ball into box. Drop the tempo. Yeah, we're just gonna jump. I'm just gonna raise the thing up a bit more. Nuno Santos, Kusu, out to Tavares with the ball. Crosses the ball. Pinamonte looks for options. He's all alone actually right now. That's the only other problem. Tavares header, Pinamonte inside the box, shoots, keeper makes a save. We're depending a lot on Pinamonte now. Santos and Tavares have swapped. We got Gasgo, Kusu, out to Gasgo. Looks up, Thiago Lopez, looks options, and Almada is in the box. We get our goal. We get the equalizer, 1-1. Look at his agility and his balance. Bravery is only 10. Yeah, the weak link in this tactic are your fullbacks and your space of your backline. So Densville, that's the one thing that's holding this team back right now. Good work from Nuno Santos. Brings the ball down. Gets it Kusu, Kakare now. Out to Tavares. Tavares cuts inside. Tavares shoots. Again, the keeper is forced into a heroic save. Kakare. It does affect your defending corner routines because you want players with very good anticipation at the edge of the area. Scarford with a long kick up. Almada, Pinamonte. It's good. What a goal! What a goal from this team. That was such good work from the boys. Oh, this goal was absolutely beautiful. Look at this goal again. Right, so it started with the keeper. Plays it long. Almada wins the header. Pinamonte, Kusu, Nuno Santos. The swap, right? The swap. They were like, wait, Santos is here on this side of the pitch again. Good header. Is blocked again. And Scarford collects that. Okay, we've done well. Gasco plays it back to Kusu. Almada, it's good work. And Pinamonte went for the shot. But I reckon this is the way to do this, right? You got to worry about your fullbacks. You got to improve the training of your backline. They should try and get faster. Anticipation is missing for quite a few of your players, and positioning as well for some of your fullbacks. So there's only so much we can do. But this is a good building block for you. So this is one version of the tactic. I mean, we can play complete forward and trequartista. You can also play complete forward support, complete forward attack with an AMS if you want to, and it becomes a much more it becomes a tactic which is a bit more resilient, right, in the middle. However, with Almada playing as a trequartista, he's going to drift here and he's going to drift there. Now, it's entirely up to you whether you want to play with the swaps. Personally, I think that you can play with the swaps. However, the swaps takes a lot of management because you got to be paying attention to when the player is not playing well. That could be a problem for you because Tavares, when he goes onto the other side, he's a left footer, and you know, you're asking him to be an inside forward on the left flank, which is only a left footer. It might not really work out very well for Tavares when he goes there. If he goes like damn. So my recommendation is probably to remove the swaps. We managed to get a swap, and Santos popped up on the other side, and he scored a goal with the right foot. The thing about swaps is this: when a player has got 2 decent feet, you can swap him. In my opinion, Tavares is young enough for us to develop his other foot. So if I were you, I would get him to work on his other foot. If he works on his other foot, then he can play on both feet. Then you can do the swaps, and the swaps will be sweet as. Then you're gonna have options. Then you can have variety of attacking patterns because he cuts inside from the left wing. Right, but he cuts inside on the left wing and he's only got a left foot, which makes absolutely no sense. So I would retrain Tavares and give him the option, or work on his weaker foot, which is pretty easy to do. All you gotta do is find a coach, and then I think it's a technique training, develop his weaker foot. The tactic itself, you can play as a complete forward and support with a trequartista on attack, or you can play him as a complete forward on attack with a trequartista attack. The reason being that Almada also comes deep to get the ball. Pinamonte likes this ball play to feet, which is good if you play a system where he has to move around a lot. So right, okay, which is the reason why I like him to be a complete forward. He's suited to this. This could be one way of doing the tactic. Another way of doing this tactic is probably going to be a support duty here. Sorry, a complete forward attack and an AMS, but then you might have him isolated, which is why we have this partnership. There's going to be a fair bit of... There could be some swapping going on between these two players. Another version of this tactic that you could try out is an AMS and a complete forward. But this is how I set the team up. Right, roam from position, close down more. Roam from position, crossing far post. Yeah, it can help, but not entirely needed. Roam from position is something I'd rather have. Fullback on attack, crossing far post. This is sending the ball to this direction, which can help in certain transitions. A wingback on support, you got crossing far post, we got close down more, close down less, and these two players should be fine. Your biggest issue is actually going to be your backline, because your backline isn't very fast. And while there are some decent players who have got decent jumping reach, the acceleration is really bad, which means that you are really badly affected from quick transitions. So, positioning as well, a lot of players are 13, right? 13 for positioning or 12 for positioning, which means that if you play with the offside trap, you could be in trouble as well. So I'd rather play without the offside trap, have a more expansive setup, or you can drop it a bit more to a standard line of engagement and try and hit early crosses, right? And pass into space in some matches. You can definitely afford to drop your tempo if you find your team is rushing the shots a lot. Why have I gone with run at defense? Run at defense is going to influence some of these roles to help your ball move through the tiers. But you have to remember, these players are also running with the ball. They're all dribbling, right? So you got the fullback attack, maybe not so much, but this guy is definitely going to be dribbling. This guy is going to be dribbling. He's going to be influenced by the trait, by the team instruction rather. This halfback Kusu, the problem for our halfback here is that he doesn't have a lot going for him in terms of bravery, passing and vision. So he's a very simple halfback, but he doesn't bring a lot to the game. I didn't get a chance very much to try this player who's gets forward with the ball. He's got some passing vision and decisions. Now, he could actually be semi-decent as a halfback. So I would probably think that we should have, on hindsight, played with Diego Rosa. That was probably my mistake. So I would recommend you start with Diego Rosa instead. Lopez, Diego Rosa. Cunha, I think I would start him in a lot of my games because honestly, he's faster, and it's something that you're lacking in your team. Pace at the back. Kakare is decent as a volante. He's not the best volante that you can find. He's decent until your team is going to get better as your players improve, right, in attributes. But this is generally the setup I would go for. If you are uncomfortable with a trequartista, then you will probably be playing at the AMS. It has been a crazy series of matches. We had a few set piece goals. I do get annoyed with set piece goals, just like the rest of you guys. I, however, find that if these happen as a result of a tactical change, then it's not so bad. But ideally, you want to score from open play, and I think that I didn't take a seriously long look at your set pieces, and I think that's something that you need to address. Things like Kusu, your halfback, is staying up for when you are defending a corner. Doesn't make any sense. You should be putting your striker up there, or at least somebody who's really fast and can do something with dribbling and getting the ball into the final third and scoring. Kusu, on the other hand, he's like 12 for acceleration. He's like a halfback that's still developing in the game. And I seriously think that the better option for this game is actually Diego Rosa. I forgot to use him. And I think Diego Rosa is actually a better full halfback that we should have used. And yeah, on hindsight, it was my mistake. And on hindsight as well, Cunha is a better central defender than the other option that we started with in the left central defender position, and Thiago Lopez. The challenge in your save is actually the attributes of your players. Your players are going to get better as you develop your team. As you continue your save, these players are going to grow with you if you can keep them. Players like Almada, Pinamonte, a lot of teams are going to come after them. So they're going to develop. So I think you have to take control of individual training, which you didn't do. And you're going to have to look at improving attributes like anticipation, positioning. These attributes, agility and balance of some of your players is shocking. It's quite bad. And you have the players actually to do this. They're just missing a few attributes. And if you can take control of the training, you'll do quite well. I think that this system plays really well with the 4-2-3-1. Your team has, yeah, I think the AMC position with the trequartista is going to be ideal. I think it's one of the best positions in the game. I think the trequartista is really sexy in a 4-2-3-1, and I think your team can pull it off. Don't listen to all the naysayers that say that the AMC position is dead, right? It is actually kind of fun to use, especially if you see the way that it interacts with a completely roaming attack, and it's a very, very nice position. So I hope that you enjoyed this edition of Game Changer and you found it useful. If you have any questions, you guys know where to find me. You can always look me up in the usual places. If you found the show useful as well, please hit the like and the subscribe button. I also do Game Changer on Twitch. You can follow me there. If you're a sub, you can send in a save. Otherwise, you can just join in the conversation. I'm always eager to find out what you guys think about the game and whether you need any help in any other areas, which is one of the reasons why the buy-in replication ended up being an exercise, right, instead of just being a tactic. So I could show you guys the thought processes that go through my head when I'm actually making a tactic, just like the look for overlaps video, which I also did to explain to you guys how you can extract maximum value from look for overlaps, which is something I don't see other people explaining on YouTube. So I thought I'd do a video just for you guys to show you that you can even do a look for overlap with 2 attack duties going down one flank, provided of course you have somebody protecting it. So stuff like this is always a lot of fun to do. So once again, thank you very much for your support. I hope you enjoyed the video, you found it useful. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. You guys take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope everyone is happy.